The power of the mind, I call it. We are not built to... Why should we have 100% brain when we only are able to control 20%? Doesn't make sense. The sense is the 20% is because most of the blood flow is always on the surface because of our thinking ways, the neurological pathways we have learned to develop. Yes. So I've now found a way to get into the deepest of the brain, and with that, unlocking the possible power of the mind to become just happy, strong, and healthy. Not a circus act. I'm not into, look at me, what I can do, blah, blah. No, I just discover what innately we are capacitated with, everybody. And there is the unconditional love, the unconditional love composed by the guarantee to activate anything that makes you happy, strong, and healthy. Happiness is hormones, euphoric hormones. The strength is the metabolic processes in the cell, and we have proven that we are able to create more mitochondria, or more ATP. Doesn't matter how it works. Strength is there, is energy, and we are able to guarantee flow therein. We showed that. And then the last one is the health, is the going into the deepest layers of the immune system. It's all there. It was always there. And it is connected to the brain. And now we found the pathways, and it's up for awakening. And with that comes the beginnings of the power of the mind for everybody. And there is the spiritual journey, because it is without thoughts, it's feelings, it's deep, it's like drugs, but then your own. So we got this T-shirt, I could get high on your own supply.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice, but first let us clean up the place. And get into learning people to control and outbalance their depression, bipolar, anxiety, fear, that it is no longer needed, because 20% will become 100% control in the brain.
So let's talk about what that protocol is. Like, how do we begin this process of engaging the mind in a new way?
Yes. So there, I came up with these things because I didn't find it in no books. So I went into nature, and in nature, you have no words. It's not written when I'm in a whiteout. But I feel suddenly, instead of thought of paranoid, and anxiety and fear, because there's a whiteout, I'm in my shorts, and there's less than half the oxygen present, and nobody's around, and I can't see anything but white ice and rocks. And there I am for hours. Then feeling that you are not in anxiety, but okay, you feel confident, nice. And surprisingly, you're looking at yourself, hey, it's okay. This power is part of the power of the mind, which is able, through intuition, orientation deeper than our normal senses, the sixth sense, not the sick sense, the sixth sense.
I gotcha.
It's almost sick in the society because there is no confidence. Confidence is part of the sixth sense. Confidence comes when you have control within your own brain. Past the normal sensorical perception, you got images and feelings. The sixth sense is able to go into the future because it has no time-space perception. It is different, but it's there. And you learned when it's simply there, not because your logic says so, no, but because it is there and you trust it, then you feel confident. And it makes the right calculations. And this is what happened there. I felt confident. I began to walk, and my orientation, GPS, anything is great working. Even in a whiteout, 3 hours later, I arrived in an advanced base camp and was received by Tibetans. And they must have seen a crazy pilgrim, a white man coming out of a whiteout. But they gave me tea and butter.
When? So where and when was this?
2007 on Everest.
Oh, this is your Everest. Okay, yeah.
Yes, part of the Everest.
I gotcha. Okay. So yeah, that's when you made it all the way up to the death zone with basically just in shorts.
Yes.
No shirt, right? And then you had a foot injury or something like that prevented you from going all the way to the top. But
thing is, I learned to get into different consciousness altogether by going into nature, because it wasn't in the books what I tried to find. I want to find the soul. I want to find enlightenment. And the world is proven to be a place where it is not, and where they ignore the soul's presence. It's all about profits and power and tension and stress and dominating and exploiting and polluting. That is what is going on. This big monster, I think we are like dragon slayers. We go for the right tools and then go ahead. We go past our fear and turn the wheel and make effective tools and bring it out to the world, that there is light in the world, that there is a soul in the world, and that we have a capacity to get rid of this manipulative control and to find the deepest sense of control over ourselves, because we own really our own brain. We are the owners of our happiness, strength, and health. Dave Asprey asked me in his podcast, Wim, what is enlightenment? And please tell it in, or somebody else too. And he say it in one sentence. I said, just be happy, strong, and healthy, and the rest is bullshit. The soul, it's time for the soul to be here and guaranteed. And as I say, past any politics and bollocks and power and this and culture and tradition and religion, the mother in Baghdad is the same as in New York. They just want to guarantee for their children happiness, strength, and health. And now, because nobody was listening, everybody indulging into religion and differences instead of the equal side of our all. We just want to love our kids, wasn't it? So that's what we want to, and that's what we need to stand up and say, go through science, no speculation anymore. The time you had to speculate and to show your differences with all the respect, it only kills. It gives a bad quality of life, no health, depression, and people earning irrational amounts of money, and the other one not. I see people homeless here, and I think, hey man, it's still on. So until it is not solved that the unconditional love, which everybody should owe, like and owning their own mind, we have to keep on, Rich, and stand up, because fuck the past. What I all did and made our genetical way of thinking through epigenetics becomes genetics, and now we are stuck in the marsh, and we got to solve it. Yes, that's what we do. We stand up and we say no to war, no to disease, no to depression. We say yes to happiness, strength, and health, and we prove it through science. And that makes us men.